there's a place, hidden among the whispering woods of Midlothian, Illinois, a place where silence feels alive. Locals call it Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, and they say, once you step beyond its rusted gates, the dead do not remain silent anymore. Once long ago, it was just a peaceful burial ground, small, humble, surrounded by oaks and ash trees that grew thick and wild. The first body was laid to rest here in 1844, and for more than a century, this patch of land became home to the departed of a tiny settlement that faded long ago. But time, as it always does, forgot the dead. By 1965, the cemetery had fallen into disrepair. The gravestones cracked, names half erased, the earth uneven, as if something beneath was restless. Nature crept in first. Then came the vandals. And then came the darkness. Locals began whispering about strange lights drifting through the forest at night, about whispers that echoed through the trees when no one was there. Hunters avoided the area. Couples dared each other to go. Few stayed long. The town council closed the grounds, calling it historical preservation. But everyone knew it was something else. Bachelor's Grove had changed. It had become a place of the dead that refused to rest. In the decades that followed, the cemetery became a magnet for the lost, the curious, and the damned. Between 1965 and 1989, no one was buried there, yet it was never empty. The silence of death was broken by the whispers of the living and the unseen. Teenagers wandered through its crooked gates with flashlights and dared each other to stay until midnight. But those who did came back pale, shaking, their voices trembling. They spoke of glowing orbs floating among the trees, of shapes that darted just out of sight, of something breathing close, too close. Then came the stories of rituals. In the 1970s, rumors spread that satanic groups had claimed the cemetery as their gathering place. Residents reported seeing hooded figures by candlelight, circles drawn in chalk, the smell of smoke and something metallic, blood, maybe. Some claimed to hear chanting at midnight, echoing faintly through the woods, followed by screams swallowed by the forest. Tombstones were smashed, graves desecrated, bones scattered, and something changed in the air. It was said that the ground itself began to move. Small tremors felt underfoot. Animals avoided the area. Birds no longer sang from the trees. And those who wandered too close began to feel it, that pull, that suffocating pressure, as if unseen eyes were watching, following, waiting. Bachelor's Grove wasn't just haunted anymore. It was angry. Ask anyone who's ever dared to walk the path toward Bachelor's Grove. The first thing they'll mention is a farmhouse, a white, two-story structure with dark windows and a slanted roof, standing quietly beside the gravel path leading into the woods. At first glance, it looks old but ordinary until you realize it isn't there anymore, because the house disappears. Over 100 witnesses have claimed to see it, some during daylight, others under the eerie glow of the moon. They describe it the same way: pristine white walls, a wraparound porch, a soft light glowing in one of the windows, and sometimes a woman standing in the doorway. But when you blink, it's gone. Some say the house belonged to a family long before the cemetery, a farmer, his wife, and their young daughter. Others believe it's an echo, a ghost of a house that never truly existed, drawn to the cemetery's restless energy. One witness, a hiker in 1974, claimed he walked right up to it. He could see the peeling paint, smell the faint scent of smoke from a chimney. But as he reached the doorknob, his hand passed straight through the air, and the house faded before his eyes. People still search for it. Some claim they've captured it on film. A faint outline, a blur of white where there should be only trees. Whether the trick of the light or something far older, no one knows. But they say the woman still stands there sometimes, watching from the porch, silent, eternal, waiting for someone to come home. Beyond the cemetery's crumbling fence lies a small lagoon, covered with lily pads and murky water that reflects nothing but the fog above it. But the locals don't call it a lagoon. They call it the dumping ground. In the 1920s and 30s, when Chicago's gangsters ruled the city, this quiet patch of land was said to be their final stop for those who crossed them. Rumor says that bodies, dozens of them, were dumped into its black water, weighed down by chains and concrete. People who visit at dusk claim to see ripples forming in the still water when the air is calm. Sometimes a faint splash, as if something unseen rises from below. One night, a couple parked near the woods swore they saw a horse-drawn wagon slowly rolling along the path beside the lagoon. The driver, they said, was a farmer with hollow eyes, his clothes soaked through, his hands tight on the reins. When they blinked, the wagon was gone, but muddy wheel tracks appeared behind them, leading into the water. Another visitor told of a two-headed creature rising from the lagoon, its eyes glowing white, its body twisting unnaturally before melting back beneath the surface. Whatever lies beneath that water, it remembers, and sometimes it comes back. For those who are brave enough to step inside the Iron Gate, Bachelor's Grove offers more than darkness. It offers a presence. Visitors describe it like walking into another world. Colder, heavier, quieter than anywhere else. The air feels charged, as though each breath disturbs something ancient. Among the graves, monks have been seen gliding silently between the stones, their robes black and faces hidden. In 1984, a man with a yellow glow around him appeared before a pair of ghost hunters, his face blank, his form flickering in and out of focus before vanishing completely. But the most famous spirit is the one known only as the White Lady. She is often seen sitting on a tombstone, dressed in a white gown that shimmers faintly in the moonlight. Her face is soft, sorrowful, and in her arms, she cradles something, a small bundle, a baby. Many believe she is the ghost of a young mother buried beside her infant son. Her apparition has been captured in photographs, her pale figure glowing against the dark trees. No one has ever spoken to her, but her eyes, they say her eyes are filled with endless grief. She doesn't frighten. She mourns, and in her mourning, she draws the living closer, as if asking for someone to finally listen to her story. Today, Bachelor's Grove Cemetery lies deep within the shadows of Rubio Woods, forgotten by most, feared by many. Those who walk its trails at night describe strange sounds, whispers calling their names, footsteps following close behind, even the faint laughter of unseen children. Some feel a sudden hand on their shoulder, cold and heavy. Others hear music, old, distant, like a piano echoing from underground. No one stays for long. Each time someone leaves, they say the same thing, that the cemetery doesn't just haunt you, it keeps a part of you, that when you walk away, something unseen follows you home. Over 100 documented encounters have been recorded. Paranormal investigators have caught flickering lights, voices on recorders, and even apparitions captured on film. Yet for every piece of proof, there are 10 more questions. What lies beneath the earth of Bachelor's Grove? What binds the dead to this place? And why, after all these years, do their spirits still walk beneath the trees? Perhaps it's because they can't leave. Perhaps they never will. So, if you ever find yourself on that narrow trail at night, when the mist rises and the forest grows still, remember this. Bachelor's Grove Cemetery is not just a resting place. It's a threshold, and those who cross it may never truly walk alone again.